Hello everyone and welcome to our first actual episode of the R Words podcast, a podcast where we won't only talk about intellectual stuff, but we also play this game where each of us has to randomly generate a R word and we have to use it 3 times within conversation. If you end up succeeding,
the other person noticing.
Yeah, without the other person noticing. If you end up succeeding, you win the episode and you get a point added to your tally. There's a twist because each one of us has one challenge flag. If you think you know, the random word from the other guy, you just throw the challenge flag and you tell him like, "Is this your word?" If that actually was the word, then the other person won't be able to win the episode anymore, but you are still able to win the episode if you say your word 3 times without noticing.
They can still stop you from winning, but they can't win, basically.
Exactly.
It might seem complicated. I'm sure you'll get it with time.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
After episode 20, you'll get a hang of it. So now we're going to randomly generate our words, and starting with Marco.
ChatGPT, let's go.
Exactly.
I'm going to pray to the word gods.
Yeah. And afterwards, I'm going to generate a word. We're probably going to add a text in the video showing you guys the random words from each of us so you guys can kind of play along-ish. But obviously, we won't know because this is all happening in post-edit.
Okay. Poker face. Yeah. So now I'll reload the page.
Yeah.
So you don't see it.
And then it's my turn. Good to know is that Marco does have an upper hand because he is a native English speaker and I'm...
No. Same prompt.
Same prompt. I'll press enter. And I have the word rape. No, just kidding.
Bro.
Wait.
And did it not work?
No, it worked. I just...
Oh, you have to ask what it means?
No, I just had to go through your WhatsApp. No, just kidding. Oh. Okay.
Did you close it as well?
Yeah, I refreshed it, so it's gone.
Okay.
So...
What was my word?
Huh? What's your word? So before we actually start off, I had like a small idea of doing this because we are both service workers. We work in hospitality. I thought it would be a nice way to start this episode off with like an ins and outs on hospitality.
Okay.
So I just basically throw you a prompt kind of thing, and you tell us if it's going to be staying in for 2025 or it's going to go out for 2025. Yeah.
No.
So like if you so if you agree with this prompt or not, you will get the hang of it. So first of all, calling in sick for work, is it going to be in or out? Are you going to keep it or are you going to say like, fuck no, this has to go out?
Am I going to do it?
No, like as in like in general. In service, calling in sick for work.
Is calling in sick okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. In.
Okay. You're definitely not a service worker. We always go to work. Even
no, but okay. Let me explain.
Okay.
So one thing I've noticed working in my job now, also in my service job before, slight difference. Before I worked as a waiter. Now I work mainly as a bartender. This guy mainly is a bartender, kind of all around the place. But yeah, what I noticed in my last job and this job was I would feel bad if I called sick because I would think that they would be short-staffed or maybe they would have to ask someone else to work or something like this, and I would always go. At the same time, I've never really been a person to call sick in general.
Yeah, same.
Like for me, I don't know about you, but for school, bro, unless I was like morbidly sick, like I could try all I want, right? We've all tried, right? To get off school, okay? I could try all I want. My mom would make me go to school, right? Like I had to be like literally dying, right? So personally, I would. However, I think that you should. Like
Calling sick for work?
I think that you should.
Yeah.
I think that if you're sick and you're not 100%, you should stay at home, because if you stay at home, you'll probably get better soon.
Yeah, but this is like what I told you yesterday as well. Like, I think every time I sorry, every time I'm sick and I come to work, I end up feeling better. For some reason, you like build up resilience for this, because it's like, but I mean, I think I can count on one hand how many times I called in sick for work in this industry.
For me, yeah, zero.
Yeah. So I have another one.
But still, for the sick thing, right? So you're saying that you feel if you go to work while you're sick, you can kind of power through and you'll end up feeling better.
Yeah,
I would agree.
I always throw shade on people that call in sick for work, because I don't know how sick you are actually.
Yeah. And this is also always in the back of my mind. And to be honest, I would tend to agree with you, but I think I'm biased because I haven't called sick, right?
Yeah.
But I would tend to agree that with anything in general, like sick, let's say you hurt your fucking knee or whatever, if it's like the classic, if you work through it, or if you go through, like if you hurt yourself, like your knee, not majorly, if you kind of power through, it'll end up being better, right? I'm a firm believer in this in general, especially when it comes to a pain in the knee or whatever the fuck. Like, I think the more attention you give it and the more energy you give the pain or sickness or whatever, the worse it'll be.
I also think this is medically proven that, like, when you have like some sort of like, I don't know, like, how would you say this? Like a rupture or something, that they actually like, they break it to like get the blood cells working there anymore. So I think actually going through it is like better than but it's funny how like I actually created this whole like in and out thing being like a fast like in and out, and we're already fucking yapping on this entire topic. So okay, well, the next one, this is the one you're gonna love. Striking the foam of a beer with your finger. Out. Out, dive bar bartender. Okay.
For non-bar workers, service workers, I think he's referring to a horrible practice which no one has ever done in the history of bartending. Where you're pouring a beer from a tap, and you say you need to get some foam, so you put it lower, you stop it, and the foam rises, but it rises over the glass, and there's kind of a mountain or a snow hill of foam. Typically in a bar, there will be an implement of some kind to kind of swipe it, like to get rid of the foam
kind of thing.
But he's talking about doing this with man-made tools, bro. In this case, your finger.
Or two. Sometimes.
Or two, if you're feeling crazy.
So
none
of us does that.
No one would ever do this. This is out, firmly out.
Out for sure. I have one for sure out that I can already tell you right now, but it's so upon serving a pornstar martini, throwing in the shot of prosecco or champagne directly in your pornstar martini.
I mean, you had me out at pornstar martini.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's true.
Any bartender around the world any bartender in Western Europe probably has a similar hate for pornstar martinis.
Pornstar martinis.
Because it's become some big fucking, I guess, trendy in thing amongst
girls.
Highly dignified women.
Good job. National Women's Day yesterday, by the way.
That's my 6'4" unbiased take. Anyway,
I love women.
You have to put that out there, right? I mean, you're not supposed to, right? The idea is the prosecco is supposed to be a palate cleanser.
Exactly.
You're not supposed to pour it into the cocktail. Some people do. In my last job, actually, the bartender did it sometimes when he was in a bad mood.
Bro, I've seen the craziest way of drinking a pornstar martini. One person once said that actually someone that was working for someone, so like some worker for a boss, the boss told her that all the alcohol is in a shot. So it wouldn't be a cocktail to the boss if the shot wasn't directly thrown into the
true. It's true.
It's true, yeah, because all the vodka, absolute vanilla vodka, is in the shot actually. So
it's not true. Before you go crying to your local bar,
or we get like bartenders commenting on this saying like, "You guys don't know what you're talking about."
So Punta Martini has vodka or vanilla vodka already mixed in, and without the shot.
Technically, the way everyone makes it here in like how we say, like commercial, I would say, businesses, is not the right way to make it. There is no egg white in a pornstar martini.
Yeah,
I hate to say it to every one of y'all out there, but there's no actual egg white in there. Douglas Ankara, who created the cocktail in 2003, did not intend to make that. Yeah, sorry. I'm a big like cocktail history kind of nerd, but yeah, I think the only 4 ingredients were vanilla sugar, either vanilla vodka or just regular vodka. Then it was, I think, Passoa as well.
Yeah.
And then
we used to use this in my last place.
I think puree, like passion fruit puree. Those are the 4. And then you serve it with, I think, champagne, technically, to like clean the palate. But technically there's no foam on top, like either like maybe like a small bit of foam because of the puree.
Like something on a Cosmo or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, I think somewhere in like 2020, people started going crazy over like foam and cocktails, like the sour cocktails and espresso martinis. That if you shake it long enough, you have a diluted ass foamy espresso martini. But yeah, that's basically yeah. So it's out. Don't fucking throw your prosecco or champagne.
Don't order a pornstar martini.
Yeah. Also, if you
save your local bartenders. €1 a day can help your poor bartender.
Let me put it like this: if you go out with your girls, 5, 10 of them, and you guys all have the idea of getting a cocktail, ask them if they have a pre-mixed Long Island, and just order that. You'll go even crazier on the Long Islands because it's way more alcohol percentage in the drink, I think, roughly, than a pornstar martini, I think. Yeah, if they make it correctly, if they just use the Coke for color.
With the Prosecco?
I think so, yeah, because normally the Coke...
But the vanilla vodka 38.
Yeah, but the
Prosecco, I don't know, actually.
Less than 15.
Because wine is normally above 10.
Yeah, so less than 15.
But Prosecco might even be lower, no?
Lower, yeah, I think 9 or maybe. But then also, like in a Long Island, you have 5 different spirits. I think the least lowest percentage is 22. Huh? It's triple sec, right?
Triple sec isn't 22.
I think it is.
Hell no.
Hell yeah.
35.
Okay, 35 then. Probably, okay. The lowest then is 35-ish. So
Let me look it up. Wait, can you look it up on your laptop?
Yeah, and then Coke is supposed to be just for color. So if they make it the right way, then you would be more buzzed than triple sec.
Buddy, just look up the percent.
My bad.
Sorry for the voice. My voice is fucked. And it happened this morning. So we decided we'd still go along with it.
Why? This is control.
It's control.
I don't see the...
These ones are fine.
Bro. So I'm looking up... Here, maybe this one. All of these pictures are not clear.
Can you not zoom?
Here it says 15.
There's no way. Look at percentage instead of this percent sign, I think.
I cannot type. What is the... Fuck it. I'm not going to type out. Yeah, so between 20 and 40%.
Worst answer I've ever seen.
It's fine. I mean, we already know that it's going to be way more alcohol in Long Island iced tea, I think. So if you guys want to get actual fucked up with the girls, just order that because it's easier for us to make that than shake.
Yeah. Yeah. I can agree on that.
Let me see. Did I have another one? In and outs?
Well, first of all, yeah, still on the pornstar martinis. Yeah, basically what happens is people will come in and, well, people highly dignified, not blonde girls is the stereotype, will come in and order like 10 of them. And behind the bar, you'll be there and making a lot of different things, and then you'll get an order for like 10 of these. So yeah, this is why some people aren't so fond of them. Me, him.
Yeah, and you have to dry shake them before, and you can only get like 2 Born 17s in one shaker. So,
actually,
here we go.
You can do 3 without the dry shake.
Okay.
But this is like if it's busy for a cocktail with egg white, you want to dry shake it without ice first to activate the egg white. Normally, however. Well, one of the previous managers in where we worked one day goes to me, you can not dry shake it if you shake it hard enough with ice.
Yeah.
So the seed was planted, and since then, whenever
so he made you the dive bar bartender that you are.
I'm pointing fingers. Whenever it's really busy and I have a load of cocktails to make, I won't dry shake it, and I'll throw like 3 of them in the same shaker.
Nice. It's out there.
I did it, and another guy who works at our place, the God.
Oh yeah.
He saw me doing it, and he was awestruck. I blew his mind.
Yeah. I mean, it does work because I think, but don't take my word on this. I think there's a difference between using the egg white that we use and an actual egg white from.
Yeah.
I think so.
You mean pasteurized and non?
I think maybe, but I have no clue. I have another in and out, which might be a little too specific.
In and out?
As in, like, are we going to...
In or out?
In or out, yeah. In and out is a burger joint, sorry. I'm just hungry. No, this might be a little too specific, but...
Is it good? Have you had In and Out?
I've had it. It's fucking horrible. No, I hate it.
It's bad.
Yeah. So everyone from California is going to get on my ass, but
There you go.
There we go. I fucking hate it In and Out. Me and my sister went to In and Out when we were in California, in San Francisco to be precise. And basically we went to In and Out. Nice. Good job. Marco just changed the
now we can see how long we've been running, basically.
Yeah. So we went to In and Out before we went to the movies, because we had to have In and Out when you're in California. It's like the biggest burgers joint, I would say, in California. But they have this thing there. They have all these like off the menu kind of things, like secret menu things, like animal style fries and that kind of stuff.
It's not on the menu?
No, it's technically it's not on the visual menu that you can see on top of the counter.
Every time I've only heard of In and Out from shorts, like probably most people outside of East Coast America. West Coast America. Yeah, I've only ever seen it on shorts, and yeah, people always get these animal style fries or whatever bullshit.
No, but basically the fries, it could have been because I actually thought about this like a week ago. Could have been because they were like maybe busy at that time, but the fries were so hard and thin. Yeah. And like basically like super crispy, like only crispy. Like you know those fries where it's like literally only
it's the fries where there's no potato in it.
Exactly, yeah. So it was that.
They suck.
And the burger was just like a plain burger. So after the movie, we basically threw out most of our meal. We went to the cinema, and afterwards we
threw it out?
Yeah, it was so bad, bro. I couldn't eat it.
Damn, bro.
And then after the movies, we went to Shake Shack, which is way better. And they have it in it's more like I would say it's more like an East Coast thing.
They have the crinkle cut fries, right?
Yeah. And they also
never had them.
It's like ribble fries.
Yeah, sorry, like the ones that go like
like zigzags.
I don't know if that makes sense.
For the audio listeners, he was doing something weird with his finger, which I didn't feel comfortable about. No, just kidding. No, so they also have this in London, by the way, like in UK.
In and Out?
Shake Shack. No, Shake Shack.
Oh, yeah.
It's
seen it there as well.
Super good. Like, and the burgers are way better because I think the burgers are thinner, which I prefer, like more like smash burger kind of things.
Isn't that what In and Out's supposed to be?
Didn't strike me.
but he went to out and in or something.
I went to out and in.
And they gave him a fucking burger tartare with the end of the fryer or something.
Basically,
like
they were chips. Like they were like those. We have a specific kind of chips here in the Netherlands where it's like they resemble fries, but it's like super crusty and super hard, and it's so gross, bro. Like actual thin. Like
what are they called?
I don't know, just like
shoestring fries.
no, like fry chips for some reason. It's super thin. It's I always hated it. But whoa, derailing by the way. Yeah, the in or out that I wanted to give you is ordering with guests, sending a amaretto sour to the bar, making the amaretto sour, serving it, for it only to come back to be a mojito. Is this in or out?
This happened yesterday?
Yeah.
No, Friday.
Friday.
It's happened Friday when we were working. Out, but like,
Sure.
like people are always going to make mistakes. I mean, I think it's unavoidable. Like, basically, yeah, some guy supposedly ordered an amaretto sour, but it turns out that he ordered a mojito. I don't know how that gets confused.
I feel like on a scale of cocktails, these are like the opposite of each
Yeah,
other.
but the words.
Also, yeah.
Amaretto sour,
Mojito.
And when the amaretto sour came back, the guy who took the order was like, oh, did he want an amaretto on the rocks, right? This is fairly reasonable, right? And they're like, no, he wanted a mojito. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, that's so
But
that's
yeah,
for sure.
out, but like, it's never going to change. Like, it's never going to change. People are always going to make mistakes in hospitality. It's about how you deal with them.
Some people are just
No slander on this podcast.
okay. So I think I had more in or outs, but we'll keep it at that. I think
Is this some kind of trend? I've never heard
This is
of
definitely it's
in
a
or
trend.
out.
Yeah, it's like basically we'd say
So things that you
this year
want
is
to
like,
continue or not?
yeah, exactly. Like for 2025, our Birkenstock is going to be in or out.
Okay.
That kind of vibe. And I thought just giving
So
it
it's almost like
twist.
fashionable as well.
Also, yeah, or movies or like shoots.
No, we don't fucking know.
Huh?
We don't know what's going to be fashionable.
No, but you can decide if it's. I mean, fashion is
okay.
objective, anyways.
Sure.
So yeah. So we had like quite a rough week, haven't we? We had the whole celebration of Carnival where we had to work. I had to work 5 days. You had to work 3 days.
Yeah, and one of them 14 hours. Let's go.
Yeah. So you worked one day, 14 hours, literal graveyard
Yeah,
shift.
no break, no nothing.
No break, no nothing.
Let's go.
In the cold outside.
Yeah, this is why I'm sick.
Yeah. So if you guys were wondering why we are kind of like, I mean, I still sound fine, I would say. I don't know. Normally, if I'm actually sick, I would have like a low ass voice. Now I have my high pitched voice.
This is the only time this happened to me. I've never lost my voice before.
Yeah, you sound bad, bro.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, he came in and work, and and I said like, "Oh, you're sick?" And he's like, "No, this is my morning voice." And then at 8 p.m.
because this happens.
8 p.m. you said, "This might be my sick voice."
Yeah, I mean, normally, for the first, everyone gets it. The first hour after you wake up, you have like a deeper voice.
Yeah.
So I thought it was just some delayed fucking bullshit. No.
But you also have a cold. Like I can hear you sniffing.
Yeah, but at that point, I felt way better. Like I felt like I was coming out of the sickness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's like good for like building immunity? Like,
What?
Like it's kind of like the Wim Hof kind of thing, right? Like he throws himself in like an ice cold bath to build up resilience, I guess, for like cold weather.
You mean getting sick to build up immunity?
No, but the thing that we were doing basically, we were standing outside for like 8+ hours, maybe daily, just with our hands in soaking cold.
I think this is what it was. I think for me it was because you'd be making drinks, like touching like ice, like cold hands, and then we also had heaters, so I'd be putting my hands up to the heaters, and then I'd be washing glasses in a sink with cold water in it, and then out, and then going between all these different temperatures.
Yeah, I think that
ruined you. Yeah.
But then what are you gonna do? Like stand in the cold for like 8+ hours instead of like heating yourself up in between? No, right?
Yeah, but I also think even if I stood in the cold for 8 hours, I would have got sick anyway.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
I think, but it's also deceiving because, like, it was like I don't know, Carnival is a big thing in a lot of countries, right? Like Germany, it's a big thing.
In the south of
even in Italy, it's big, but it's kind of different.
Venice, right?
Yeah, it's a different kind of carnival, different time of the year.
Venetian
I think
thing.
Venetian, with
Brazil.
the masks.
Louisiana,
Brazil, yeah.
Mardi Gras.
Oh, so they have it in America.
Louisiana, Mardi Gras. It's hella big.
But yeah, it gets very busy here. We work on a big square where a lot of the tomfoolery is concentrated. So
it's like a tourist trap.
We're in like a fucking like a truck.
Yeah.
How do you explain it? Like almost like a taco truck, but for drinks.
Yeah, like a
surrounded by people clamoring for beer and drinks. So, and you're just constantly making drinks the whole day. So you also feel warmer. You know, like if you've ever played sports in the cold, you know what I'm talking about. When you exert energy in the cold, you feel warmer. And it's always deceiving in the sense that this for me meant I would take off my jacket or whatever, but it's still cold. You feel warm because you're doing shit. Your body's still going to get cold.
Yeah.
And I think this is also something that fucks with you and makes you sick. But
yeah. And then after those 5 days, I think both of us had 2 days off where we, I don't know. I don't think I fully regenerated back to normal health or like energy.
Thing is, I felt pretty bad on those days. Now I feel really energetic. It's also why I thought that I was done being sick, but my voice says otherwise. But yeah, so I'm feeling actually a lot better now.
Yeah, well, and then Friday I had the graveyard shift basically because I had to work 12 hours. And then on Saturday, I felt kind of sickish. But then, I mean, if you heard the beginning of this podcast, you know that I have to be fucking dead, laying on the ground or fucking I don't know where.
Yeah, we still want to work. We both worked Friday, Saturday, basically.
So yeah, yesterday I worked. I'll give off signs that I want to go home early to the right people. But yeah, you
went home a bit earlier, but not much.
Yeah. I went home at like 8, I think, yesterday. So it's like a 7-hour shift-ish, which is nice. I mean, I've made enough hours this vacation because basically I have my spring vacation right now, which I only had like 2 days and then this day off. So it's 3 days off.
Yeah. Then back to college tomorrow.
Back to college we go tomorrow. Exactly. Yeah. That's I think every time like people ask me like, oh, what are you going to do in the vacation? I was like, you mean those 3 days that I'm off?
You mean recovering from working?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's I think I like, I don't know, it's a kind of like a hate or love situation where like I like to work because I like to make money and I don't like to sit at home doing nothing, even though I have plenty of things to do I could do if I'm at home, like cleaning or maybe working on the SBA kind of stuff. But then I think, I don't know, I will always end up working for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I've always said that I like to keep myself busy, you know?
Yeah.
Because we all probably know when you're at home, when you're at home doing nothing for a long time, you feel kind of shit. So for me, it's better to keep yourself busy doing stuff. Also, it puts away different things, you know? Like, you're less likely to feel like shit if you're too busy doing something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's probably not the best way to deal with stuff, but it works.
And then especially
short term, at least.
Especially working in service, I think you pass time fairly easy, if it's busy at least. Yeah. And I would say it's quite fun.
Yeah, I mean...
Sometimes.
This is also why I normally try to work in a pretty relaxed manner and kind of joking at the same time.
Yeah, that is what was so nice about last shift. Like yesterday, we were both behind the bar. We were able to like fuck around and basically do what we are best is being behind the bar, making the drinks and also keeping the bar clean.
Yeah.
Because some people have allergic
but it's hard when you're by yourself on the bar. I think it's rough. I always say that I don't think when it's busy, especially when it's busy on a lunch day where it's busy in terms of sodas and glasses, I don't think you can survive with one person on the bar.
I think
whilst keeping it clean.
I've done this before where I'm the only person behind the bar. This was, I think, in December when you were already back in Ireland. I was behind the bar by myself
But it's rough.
Thinking I was going to be a 2-man job. It was a 2-man job, but it was just for me. And even then, I sometimes take moments to prioritize cleaning over orders, because if I don't clean in between, I'm just gonna stack up some sort of frustration or like some sort of block in my head where I won't work as fast as I would if the bar was clean.
Yeah.
And then also, I mean, you're gonna miss out on glasses that you need, and you're gonna have to improvise with other glasses. And I think also with like the stuff that I do with the cocktails, like every time I make a cocktail, before I serve it, I clean up the shakers and everything. Yeah. And I think that just adds up to having a more structured shift, I guess, and like less stress on your head. And
it's difficult though.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely difficult.
When it's busy like that, being alone, you can manage up until a point, and I think it depends. For me, I think recently I've started doing this as well, like letting the orders sit longer, and like sacrificing how quick orders go out for cleaning. For a long while since I started, I was very much doing orders the second they came in and sending everything as quick as I can physically do it. But I think it makes a lot more sense to let them sit a while and prioritize other things. Thing is, at the same time, with me, I also like to restock. So I would restock instead of cleaning sometimes.
Bro, your voice
I know.
Fucking bad.
Bro, it's holding that.
16 much?
When I woke up this morning, I couldn't talk at all.
Damn it. I think I had the same kind of situation. But yeah, even if I'm not behind the bar, you'll see me in front of the bar cleaning like counters, because I fucking hate it. Like people walk in, and also you see me always dropping on the floor, grabbing like the papers from the cookies or sugars and stuff, because people walk in and they see this ass looking bar that we have. Nice. And it just needs, and I try to tell the others as well, like try to keep it as clean as possible. First impression matters. It's what my uncle has been throwing basically in my brain from day one. So yeah, but I think I don't know. Yeah, that's my little rambling that I had for my server's work.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's we also floated the idea a while ago. One of our discussions was that in some countries still, more countries in the past, there would be mandatory army service, right? Yeah, you know where I'm getting at, okay? There would be mandatory army service. Some people believe it's good, some people don't. I'm not going to get into that. But we were saying that the modern equivalent could be 1 year of mandatory hospitality work.
100%. Okay? I'm 100%.
People will hate on me for this or hate on us.
I don't give a fuck.
I think you learn a lot of valuable lessons and life skills and how to deal with people that are difficult to deal with in terms of customers, but also how to work as a team and how to work with people that are also difficult to deal with, right? And how to make the best of these situations. And you also learn to work. Basically, a lot of people now, especially in this Western world, go around, well, they go through life, you know, primary school, secondary school or high school, wherever you're from, college, then they're 21 in a lot of places when they get out of college, and all of a sudden they need to find a job. They have no fucking clue what they're doing, you know?
Exactly. They don't know how to work.
Exactly. But also they need to find a job. Finding a job is also difficult. It's also something that's helpful if you have to get a job in hospitality. But yeah, I think there's actually a lot of parallels in working between different fields, which all have in common the thing of doing work and the fact that you have to work with other people.
It teaches you so much more than just serving drinks, taking orders. It's like communicating with people. It's dealing with stress.
Yeah.
It's building up resilience for stress as well.
Stress.
You learn how to work with stress. You learn how to work with others. And in the beautiful city of where we are.
Yeah.
there's a lot of international people, so you learn how to speak different kind of languages. Besides that, I would say like for everyone, even though like I'm very against now. No, I wouldn't say against. I've created some sort of like, I'd say weird to say hate, but I think that's the closest I get to it. A hate towards like hospitality work and service work, because I've been doing it for so long that I'm like, I would love to get out of it, even though I love doing it, but I love to get out of it.
And you think your time is up?
I think it's time to like hang up my jersey, retire my jersey number, and get me the fuck out. As much as I love it, I would probably. I think this will happen. I'll be done with hospitality. I'll be done for like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and in the 4th month, I'll be like, I wouldn't mind having a Friday closing shift. I wouldn't mind working this 1 week in summer just to like do like concert stuff.
You can leave hospitality, but the hospitality will never leave you.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think even when I drop out of hospitality and service work, I will end up doing shit at home anyways, like cooking and making cocktails and that kind of stuff. And so yeah, no, I highly advise especially young people, to go in hospitality service, because
just a weekend job while you're in college, you'll make a bit of money. It's not the end of the world if you can find somewhere where your friends are working, or find somewhere to work with friends, or make friends in the places you work with similar people. I think it's very beneficial in a lot of ways.
And for the Dutch people, it's really good to like get your languages up, because speaking is always the best way of learning a language. And with that being said, I think I won the first episode.
Really?
Yeah.
What word?
My word was resilience.
Damn, bro. Mine was radiance.
Oh, yeah. You were...
I was cooked from the get-go.
I had the best words to talk about this stuff. Like, we were talking about hospitality. I was I'm just going to throw this word in 3 times.
1-0.
1-0. I won the first episode. Basically, where did I start? I think we were talking about like the cold weather and like saying like does that
building up resilience. Right.
And then we were talking about hospitality, and then you were doing your monologue. Like I think I had resilience twice already, and then you were doing your monologue on your whole army work, and I was like, it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's funny because I think this word came up in like some trials.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like, how could we use this word? This is the thing with this like game, that we generate random R words, but random doesn't mean like weird words. I would say like word like these are kind of words that you would have like as a word of the day kind of thing, like resonance. That's not a word you would use normally in your day of speech, basically your day of speak. But random could also just be like rhubarb, for instance, and then you have to throw in the word rhubarb 3 times in conversation.
I can feel like
I think that's the fun thing about this game that we're playing. That also for me it's really nice because I'll up my vocabulary.
Yeah,
because I don't think I've ever used resilient more than
really.
No, why would I? I think I will. I don't know what else. What other word I would use for resilient?
Strong. I don't know.
Yeah, strong or sturdiness. I guess. Sturdy. So yeah, now you guys know kind of how this game goes. I dropped the word resilient 3 times in this entire beginning in the first 40 minutes of this podcast, and they were all spread out quite evenly. I think the first one came around like 10 minutes, then 25, and then the last one was roughly about 35 minutes. So, bro, I was like, the first time I was like kind of nervous. I was like, no, he's gonna know. I never use it. I never use this fucking word. Why would I say resilient? But it actually kind of helped with a conversation that we were having. Yeah. So, yes. So it's 1-0 for me, which I was not expecting. I was expecting you to go off and just.
Yeah, but this is where the randomness comes in, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have turned up my eyebrows of you saying resilient anyway. No.
That's what I was looking at your facial expressions whenever I was using resilience. I was like, he's not catching up. This motherfucker actually
stupid.
What was your word again?
Radiance.
Did you use it once?
No.
Because I was listening closely to words you were using, and I think at one point you were using an R word, but I was like, nah, this is too normal for it to be.
This is the thing, because it can be a normal word.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. But then I didn't. I was like, I think I was at 30 minutes or 25 minutes where I was like, has he used one of the R words more than once before or twice? It's like, I don't think so. Is he actually playing the game? Or but it's a fun game. I think we kept up a conversation quite long about hospitalities. First episode is about hospitality service. It won't be every episode won't be about service. It will definitely be like
it'll crop up when it's
for sure, because we are
applicable, but
still working in service. But yeah, we will talk about other things as well. Maybe interesting to why are we actually choosing R words? When did this ever come up? Do you know or not?
Why we decide to use R words?
Yeah. Why is it called the R words podcast and not the L words podcast? Because we're not losers? Or?
Because we were thinking of names for the podcast, right? we floated a few by. I think... but anyway, I'm not going to list a couple, mainly because I can't remember many. But I know for a fact...
We had so many
a fact that
concept names.
For some reason, I think the first one, either you or me suggested, had 2 R's. There was a lot of alliteration and shit like this.
Oh, yeah.
And the first ones we were suggesting had an R. And for some reason, probably because that's how our brains work, we continued making suggestions beginning with R. And I don't know why, but we just did. Because there actually seemed to be a lot of words beginning with R that fitted.
I think it went with, we were talking about how we normally sit outside talking about these kind of like interesting topics. And then we could just keep up riffing off of each other. Yeah. I think then we had like riffing and we had like random conversations. We were rambling about stuff.
Yeah.
So like it kept on generating R words for us. And then we were like, we should do something with it. And then I think you came up with the game saying like we should do...
I came up with the game idea because I thought that it might be nice to add another layer to it, you know?
Exactly. Just
let's say, for example, someone's listening and they're like, bro, what the fuck are these guys saying?
Exactly.
I hate hospitality.
Yeah.
Hospitality killed my family or whatever. Like, you know, they don't want to hear about hospitality, okay? At least they can pay attention to this game if they want and see like, I wonder how they're going to work these words into the sentence, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I understand that some topics might not be for everyone. That's also why I think it would be nice if, as we said in the pilot episode, which you can go check out on the channel.
Exactly.
If you have suggestions, let us know, right?
Sure.
If you have a topic that you talked about with someone or a topic that you want to talk about or whatever, drop it in the comments or, I don't know, in a message on some social media to us. We'll see if we can go through it, you know?
And this was also something that I was not like agreeing on, like the tips that every other podcaster gives to other podcasters, like starting podcasts. They say like, choose like a super specific topic, which
no.
How many like actual episodes can you generate with like fuck it?
But they mean the overall theme to be super specific.
Yeah. The overall theme of the podcast had to be like super specific. Like for instance, we would do like a podcast on like fucking frogs. Or something, you know?
Yeah,
and then every episode would be about frog. At one point, you'll be done with all the frogs and you have...
Yeah, but also you're limiting your audience to the frog enthusiasts of the world, which to be honest, I don't see many around.
No, I don't see them leaping around anywhere.
Or maybe they're hiding. Maybe you're a frog. In man's clothing.
Should we go for flies after this or? No, so that I was not agreeing to that whole like tip saying like you should have like focus on like a specific topic. I think also I wouldn't be able to pick one specific topic because we have so many things that we talk about. Sometimes I want to talk about sports and I'll literally ramble for like 30 minutes about sports. Sometimes I'll talk about hospitality. Sometimes I talk about maths. I talk about whatever. So I think this is nice. Just having our specific thing for our podcast is our game. And then around that,
that's what sets it out as unique from others.
Exactly.
Apart from that, it's 2 dudes just chilling, talking about stuff, hopefully in a funny and interesting way.
Yeah. Hopefully next episode we won't have you won't have have a horrible
yeah, hopefully I won't have to sit through this. Yeah.
I really thought my voice would be bad this episode.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know. In general I think your voice is more like low and
normally
like high pitched.
Yeah.
So either their specialty. Anything else? What are we doing this week? College is starting back up. Thursday I have did I tell you this? I think I did.
Yeah.
Thursday I'm going to
the clothing thing.
Yeah. So Thursday I'm going to Amsterdam to talk with a manufacturer for my clothing brand. Exciting.
It's on the hat, guys.
It's on the hat. SBA Secret Bartending Association.
Check it
Follow
out.
us on Instagram.
Nice hats.
Everywhere.
Go with stuff.
It's going to be crazy. If you're into bartending or just crazy designs, follow us there. Besides that, this week is going to be packed.
Yeah.
We have 3 days of work, 1 day of Amsterdam, 4 days of school. So, and then Sunday we have off again. So we'll do the podcast.
Another podcast, yeah.
Besides that, what is happening in the world right now?
This is the thing, because also in terms of this narrow topic that you said some people gave advice on, I didn't know this was a thing, but yeah, if you're saying it, I'll believe it. That because also sometimes we'll talk about topical things, right? Like an example would be, did I send it to you? This some guy from China melted a load of Bitcoin to send a message on Twitter about the Chinese military.
No, you didn't send me this.
Source, trust me. No.
Source, TikTok.
Look it up on
Reddit.
On the internet, and you'll find some articles mainly in
Chinese.
Bro, mainly in like crypto and like finance journals and papers. But yeah, this guy apparently spent a load of Bitcoin in order to send a message out there into the world that couldn't be taken down, that said that the Chinese government were using microchips in people to control them and in military to enhance them and stuff like this.
Nice.
Yeah, right. It would be nice. But
sounds cool.
I thought this is where our microchip discussion started, but it wasn't. And we also
our conversation
we can revitalize it in another episode, but
100%.
It was interesting.
I think that topic was so interesting that we had about like the old fashioned kind of stuff.
Not to give anything too away, but it was basically about with the emergence of these things like Neuralink and brain computer interfaces, where is it going to go? How is it going to affect our lives? And also, like, it was mainly about how many do you think will need it, right?
Yeah.
Because I was trying to compare it to things like a vaccine certification from COVID, or a phone nowadays.
Yeah, and I think it was more
a card.
The topic was more wider than this. It was more about like
this was
old-fashioned stuff. Like when the elderly are dying, is still old-fashioned going to be like?
This was another thing.
Yeah,
but yeah. So sometimes it can be about something topical. Sometimes it can be about something that happened to us. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll have an Easter episode soon.
Sometimes it can be about something random, but that's the fun of it, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be about something you guys are interested in, because that would be nice for a change, no?
Yeah.
Instead of us rambling about something we're interested in,
Exactly.
right?
And I think also our words will actually lead the conversation sometimes. If I have to throw
That's a good point,
like,
because this
something
resilience
food-wise-
for you definitely steered you towards hospitality.
Yeah.
Brother, if I had to talk about radiance, this would have steered me towards video games. This is the only context I've ever seen radiance used.
Yeah,
You know?
true. Yeah. So
But yeah. Also, but we said that. Did you use resilience, but also resilient?
yeah.
Yeah. So this is another rule we didn't really say, but you can also change the conjugation of the word.
You're English, I don't know.
I don't fucking know. Irish. You'll upset some people there.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, we can also change the ending of the word. So
Yeah,
I'd say
so-
for me, if it was radiance, I could also say
Radiating.
radiant.
Or radiating, maybe.
Radiating. Radiator? No.
No, that's
Different
too
word.
much difference.
That would have been smart, though. I don't think I would have gotten away with it, but...
we were on the square with this big camper, and there was a radiator there as well.
You know that radiator right there? I've heard if you say radiator 3 times, then the radiator
I always
goes...
I will always call this a radiator, but people think I'm like old fashioned when I call this a radiator.
What do they call it? A heater?
Maybe because heater. Because like I think in Dutch people use this more as a heater instead of a radiator.
In English, it's called a radiator.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, at least when I grew up, we would call it a radiator.
Yeah.
Like a heater, for me, would be one of the ones you plug into the wall.
Yeah, or those that are like on the terrace.
Or the ones that emit like the orange light. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so I guess this wraps up this first episode. We're at like a solid 50 minutes. I think that's plenty enough.
Flew by.
Yeah, flew by. I think that's plenty enough for the first episode. It's 1-0 for me. Just have to say that 3 more times and then I feel
nice.
satisfied. Make sure to leave a like, comment something interesting, maybe positive feedback or a topic that we could talk about. Subscribe to any of our channels, fucking TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever.
And the YouTube big, so we can grow it.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know, we'll upload to Spotify as well. There's something you can do in Spotify as well, like give a like or like this podcast. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I think
the audio only is in the works.
Audio only is in the works, and we'll try to also keep an eye on you guys. Now that we're like doing like sign language, and you guys have no clue that I'm just reciting the fucking Bible or something. That wraps it up for episode 1. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Yeah. Let us know anything, suggestions. Don't be afraid to leave a comment what you like, what you didn't like. And yeah, see you next time.
See you. Bye.